Receipt. I want my receipt. 2 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny 5 is alive down here in the Las Vegas Convention Center. This is the 2017 Super Micro US Open. We are in the quarterfinals right now, and we are in game one. We've got Ruini Lee facing off against Amy Wang. Ruini leads 2-1. I'm here with Mr. Matt Hetherington. How you doing, Matt?
I'm good. Very good. We have still a pretty big day ahead of us. Kind of not even at the halfway point yet. We're going to have one more quarterfinal match after this, and then later on some big semifinal matches.
The road to the big show is long and tough. We're tied at 2 apiece. Amy Wang to serve. If you're just joining us, we play best of 7 game matches to 11 points. You must win by 2. This is the quarterfinals. In the blue is Ruini Lee, and in the red is Amy Wang. And Amy has already had a great tournament outside of the main female draw. She's qualified for the North American Youth Olympic team.
Yeah, that's right. Well, not even a team, just one player. That was on the first day, and there were 16 players in total, half from USA and half from Canada. The best youth players from both countries. And for those of you who had the chance to watch the final, it was Amy Wang who overcame her friend and teammate Crystal Wang in a really spectacular display of table tennis skill from Amy Wang. Probably one of the best matches I've ever seen her play. So really now the question is going to be, can she maintain or repeat those performances now in the pressure rounds of the US Open?
Big serve coming from Amy. She takes the point and the lead. It's 5-4. Overshoots. We're tied at 5.
She's had a lot of success at cadet and junior level internationally, Amy Wang. This year she won the Argentina Junior Open in Buenos Aires, incidentally the place that she will return to next year for the Youth Olympic Games. A lot of traveling outside of the US. Pan American Junior Championships. And a host of other events. Most recently just came back from Italy at the World Junior Championships, where she made it through a couple of rounds in the main draw.
Amy Wang, one of the most exciting young talents USA table tennis has to offer. We're tied at 6.
So we're going to see a lot of counter-attacking play from Amy Wang. Uses a bit of a height advantage to really play over the top of the ball when she gets into topspin rallies. And as we saw in her Youth Olympic Games qualification final, she's able to hit some really precise and accurate angles on the table, all while looking so effortless. Really looks very composed and comfortable when she plays. And Lee's going to get a bit of a break off the net there to take a 1-point lead towards the end of game 1. And just missing the mark on a couple of occasions, Amy Wang. Both players from opposite coasts, and a great example of Amy Wang's ability to confidently but calmly redirect any power that's thrown at her. Just effortlessly heading over the ball there. So it looks like Amy's having a few issues when she's initiating, when she's making the first opening ball. She's popped a few over the end, so no doubt her coach Corey Ida will be reminding her a few tips about that. But she's keeping it nice and tight here.
Amy's got her cornered, cheering her on. Corey Ida coaching her. Of course, her brother, Ghost, coaching her, supporting.
I think both of her brothers are here, actually.
Oh, both of them. Didn't realize that.
I know Alan told me the other day her mother and father are also here, so big family occasion here. And 10-10 be a huge result if Amy Wang is able to reach the semi-finals of the US Open, especially for a player of her age.
Players of her age, in my opinion, in the draw are the most dangerous because you never know what they're going to do. It's almost like they can't lose because they've already won just by getting that far. And that's the first game going to Amy Wang. A great comeback turnaround, and she takes it 12-10 going into game 2.
Really did a great job of handling pressure there, and you don't really see cracks appear in her emotional kind of composure. Not so much as before. I mean, when she was a younger player, there was quite a lot of instability, but she's really developed a lot more confidence in herself and in her playing ability, and has captured the results that she has deserved and worked hard for over the past couple of years. You see her being coached there by Corey Ida, a 2013 US national finalist, former professional tennis player. He's actually the training partner of Martina Hingis, one of the world's great female tennis players. So both players from opposite coasts. Lee from the west, Amy from the east coast, New Jersey.
Jersey, baby, all day. There's one thing I know, Matt. Don't mess with Jersey.
I've been messing with it since I arrived.
Yep. And look how you turned out, Matt.
So, down on table 1, Amy Wang. Little comeback to take game 1.
Let's see if Ruini Lee can equalize this match and tie it at 1 game apiece. Amy Wang ready to take the advantage. 1 serving 0.
Great placement there on the first ball from Lee. And one of the struggles of playing Amy Wang is that she plays really close up on the table and manages to accelerate on the top of the ball. So when you attack, she can actually add more pace to it and kind of catapult it back at you. Usually to really difficult places on the table, like the body and the wide wings. So as easy as she makes it look, there's a great deal of difficulty that comes back from her with every ball.
I mean, her composure, very impressive, well beyond the years that she's actually been on this earth. She's just making it all look just so easy and simple.
Getting rejected there by the net. And a good long fast serve towards the elbow of Amy Wang. It's a common placement tactic when you're playing against taller players. They have a lot of strength on the wings where they can extend their reach, but sometimes in the body can be some weak spots across the transition and in the elbow. And great serve there from Lee. And 2 great serves.
Wow, turning it around.
Good variation there between both of her different serves. Forced a couple of easy points. And she now starts to take the lead here. 4 points in a row now.
Ruini Lee up by 2, 7 serving 5.
Nice change in placement there from Amy Wang.
Just changing things up enough to throw Lee a little off balance, causing her to overshoot.
You can see in those slow motion replays as well, she always imparts a little bit of kind of different spin on the ball to try and make the trajectory of the ball change. Maybe sometimes adding some side spin variations. Occasionally a bit more top spin variation. Makes the ball curve and kick in different ways. Wow, and it looked like an easy ball for Lee. But as she's proved on so many occasions, difficult player to hit past Amy Wang. Still though, Lee with a 2-point lead and 2 serves.
Lee looking to close it out. Amy Wang saying not quite yet. Caught up in the net. It's suddenly game point for Lee. Amy Wang's got 2 serves, trying to equalize it.
And she just misses the corner of the table there.
cannot capitalize, and Ruini Lee has equalized this match. We're tied at 1 game apiece in this best-of-7 matchup here in the women's quarterfinals at the Super Micro 2017 US Open.
So a couple of little change-ups from Ruini Lee from ICC Table Tennis Center on the West Coast out in California.
I love the battle of East versus West. Always a favorite. ICC, one of the top clubs in the country. They're just always fierce.
Really feel that Amy Wang still has the upper hand when it gets to a rally situation. If it goes to topspin, Amy Wang can be pretty dangerous. It's these smaller, tighter plays that can sometimes cause her stumbling blocks, or a lot of pressure on her opening ball. She does sometimes struggle with that. And Lee from the West Coast was able to capitalize really early in a couple of points. I think 3 points in that game she won very early in the point. So Ruini Lee is going to be looking to tighten up a lot. Try and tie Amy Wang up in knots.
Amy Wang overshooting, giving Lee a 1-point lead. Still one more serve. 2 serving 1. And a huge serve coming from Lee.
Yeah, she's done a super job of changing her service variation, adding a little bit more deception to her serve.
She's got a lot of weapons in that service. We're tied at 3 apiece. Ruini Lee to serve. 3-all. Amy Wang not able to connect. Lee takes the point and ties it up. We've got 4s.
And a great, well-placed tight ball there from Lee. The heavier she can get that push and the deeper on the table in a difficult place makes it very difficult for Amy Wang to open up. She's not a power player, so often Amy Wang will rely more on the effort imposed into the ball by her opponent and use that to kind of slingshot back into the point. So really the big tactic for Ruini Lee is to force Amy Wang to be the initiator and to really try and tighten up and put pressure on that first opening ball in the rally.
Amy looking to regain control. She's down by 3. Ruini Lee looking to close this 3rd game out.
Didn't quite have the body position to play that wide on the table.
There we go. That's what Amy's doing. Doing what she does best.
And a great combination of shots from Amy Wang. Again, these top spin rally situations are a little bit dangerous for Ruini Lee.
And Amy Wang has equalized it. We're tied at 9 apiece right here in game 3. Many would argue that the third game in a 7-game match is the definitive game. Let's see what these two players will do. We're tied at 9.
And a great setup from Amy Wang. You can just see her slot this ball in half long. Usually difficult for players to implement a full power shot when the ball's dipping half long. Oh, and a well thought out set play there. But Amy Wang just missing that opportunity. You can just see that extreme angles. Really fearless player, Amy Wang, in that she goes for the risky placements. One of the things that made her Youth Olympic Games qualification final so astounding was that she really managed to hit all of them. So now down a game point. And unfortunately there for Ruini Lee.
That's what not to do in the sport of table tennis, Matt. I'm not sure what happened there.
Looks like she just caught the ball on her racket during the hook serve for a little bit too long.
11-11, make a wish, and I know what Amy's wishing for. Let's see if it can come true. We're suddenly at game point.
Interesting to see if Amy Wang still goes for those really risky placements.
No risk, no reward. It's my mantra when we're here in Vegas, Matt.
And
just like
what
that.
An amazing variation. Really good touch and control of the ball.
Is that the type of risk you were wondering if she was going to make, Matt?
It takes an extreme amount of confidence in your skill level to be able to execute a shot like that in such a crucial point of a game.
Amy Wang showing skills and experience well beyond her years. Very clear why she's representing the U.S. in the Youth Olympic Games.
Really great job from Amy Wang to close that game out. Gives herself a 2-1 lead. 3 very close games so far in this third women's singles quarterfinal here at the 2017 US Open Table Tennis Championships in Las Vegas. Quick shout out to the supporters and partners of USA Table Tennis. Yola, the official table sponsor. Butterfly, the official uniform sponsor. And Paddle Palace Nataku, the official ball sponsor. We're using the Nataku Premium ball out here at the tournament. And of course, all this presented by Supermicro. And we're back here now, heading into game 4. And the pressure mounts against Ruini Lee. She's making very steady openings.
Amy Wang getting more confident as the match progresses.
It's one of those difficult situations when you're playing a player who really uses everything you throw at them to make your life more difficult. It's so frustrating, and I know because I've played Amy on a number of occasions since arriving here in the US. And if you want to beat her, it really takes a lot of thought and just constant development of tactics. So in the case of Ruini Lee, It's almost like the more she throws at Amy Wang.
Wow.
And again, there's that inside-out backhand. Koreeda looking pretty happy with that.
Amy Wang just pulling out all the tricks.
I mean, honestly, when you play a shot at that level, I mean, that is a really high-level variation. You can only really sit by and smile and admire it. So a fault there from the umpire. Looks like it was for not tossing the ball high enough. 6-0 now for Amy Wang. Again, a tactic which has worked well there for Lee. That heavy, deep push into the body.
Another one. Amy's going to take that. Maintains her 6-point lead. It's going to be 1-7. Ruini Lee down 2 games to 1. 1 point to 7. She's ready to serve.
And a little bit ambitious there. Even here from here, Koreeda just letting Amy know just to calm down a little. Not to get ahead of herself. 7-1 is a great lead, but it's not 11.
When you're playing someone like Ruini Lee, though, I don't know if you're ever comfortable with a lead. Any player coming from ICC, in my opinion, they're just quiet powerhouses that can come and take over at any point in this match. And while I'm watching Amy Wang just so carefully crafting this 6-point lead, it's very clear she is doing everything she can to maintain control of this match.
You know what I found interesting when I was commentating the Youth Olympic Games qualification finals? There are a lot of similarities between Kanak Jha and Amy Wang in how their games have developed and the real thought process they go through of building and structuring points. And I think that is what has helped them really kind of stand out above the crowd. They're great at playing angles, but they maintain, neither of them are overpowering players. They're really tactful players, and Kanak Jha has been really impressive throughout this tournament and his matches. Amy Wang equally so, both very much deserving their places at the 2018 Youth Olympic Games.
Absolutely. Amy Wang has jumped now to a 3-game-to-1 lead over Ruini Lee. Here in the quarterfinals, she wins game 4, 11-3. Looking to close this out right here in the 5th. Now, if you're Ruini Lee's coach right now, what are you saying to her, Matt, to get her back on track?
I mean, really, it's about evaluating where you're winning and losing points. And I still think that there's something that's not really working for her in the topspin rallies. Maybe her placement's not solid enough, or she's not really finding gaps on the table that she can play into. But really, for her, she needs to try and go back to tightening up a little bit more, pushing out long and making the placement more difficult, so towards the elbow or maybe to the wings. And maybe then she'll have some luck getting maybe an error or a softer opening from Amy. Then she might be able to apply a bit more pressure at the beginning of the point.
Amy trying to catch that corner, does not connect. Ruini Lee, in a must-win situation in game 5, is up. It's 2-0. Amy overshoots and gives Ruini a 3-point lead.
You just watch Amy after missing a ball, just no reaction, no facial expression. It's really difficult to imagine what's going through her head.
Yep.
Because on the outside, you just don't see anything.
I would not want to play poker against her, I'll tell you that much. Amy overshooting. Lee holding strong, battling back to try and force a game 6.
And there, some slightly more useful play from Ruini Lee. Opting to push long a little bit more. She's putting some pressure back on Amy Wang, letting her open the first ball, but really giving her some difficulty. With the serve and the serve receive, those are areas that she really needs to focus on more if she wants to claw back into this match from 3-1 down.
Lee is ready, looking steady. And another one. This is what I was talking about those ICC players, and Lee in particular. If she has that opportunity, she will just sneak right back in there. Strong, steady, consistent. Lee to serve. 8 serving 2.
And some great backhand openings from Lee during this game. Really firing back here. And Amy Wang throwing in a 360 to get that ball back. And it'll be 11-2. Some of that stability and steadiness that Amy Wang has used to help her gain that 3-1 lead has just left her a little. A big margin there. 11-2 for Lee in the blue from ICC Table Tennis Center in Milpitas, California. Of course, Amy Wang from the Lilliet Table Tennis Center out in New Jersey.
2 of the fiercest clubs in the country battling it out at center court right here in the women's quarterfinals. ICC versus, well, Lily Yep's crew. That's just a whole other family. It's like the table tennis mafia over there, Matt. I love it.
Yeah, you better watch out. I'm part of that mafia.
I know. That's why I only say good things about them.
So, a tense situation as we've had 2 very different games back to back. One completely dominated by Amy Wang. Ruini Lee just really stepping up her game. Not really in an overpowering manner, but she seems to have adjusted her game plan to do what's necessary. But Amy Wang will be the first player out of the blocks here. She's going to want to close this situation out as quickly as possible. Does not want to go to 7 here.
Absolutely not. Ruini Lee's just staying strong, steady, consistent. But Amy Wang looking to keep her off balance, staying explosive, surprising at any opportunity she can. It's 2 serving 0 here in game 6.
You just see in a lot of these situations where Lee opens with her forehand, a little bit more power. Amy Wang seems pretty comfortable, but that slightly slower spinnier opening on the backhand has caused her some problems. And Corey Ida getting vocal up on his feet after every point.
Corey Ida, one of my favorite coaches to watch and players, so animated. And we know as a coach, he just has enthusiasm that is contagious. And another one.
And a timeout for Lee.
Now, if you're in Lee's corner, what are you telling her right now, Matt?
I think, again, it's the tight play. It's the serve and the receive and the, you know, when she gets the opportunity against the underspin ball, to really push deeper, as deep on the table as she can. She wants to throw Amy Wang off balance. When the thing about Amy Wang is she's got quite a wide stance as a tall player, and that gives her a lot of stability and kind of foundation to stay balanced, and that allows her to really reach across the whole table on both her backhand and forehand. So again, when you're playing these taller players, the elbow and body and across the transition are weak areas for those players, especially when you're playing underspin and against a player who's not quite as comfortable opening up against the first ball. So really for her, for Lee, it's about playing tight and trying to add some pressure on Amy Wang when she's the one opening. If she does have those chances to open, she really needs to get good depth on the table. Any ball that's too shallow and Amy Wang's just going to step in over it. So depth and as much rotation as possible. And you can see there, she managed to get that ball pretty close to the back line. And a nice combination there from Lee. So far, an effective use of the timeout.
Sticking to her game plan, trying to barrel back in. And Lee has tied it up, that timeout. Very effective. Let's see if she can take the lead.
And overplays that ball, Amy Wang. Seeing a little bit more confidence and assertiveness from Ruini Lee after that timeout. Really fighting for every ball in the rally. And she will take and extend the lead now to 6-4. Dangerous moments here for Amy Wang.
It's 4 serving 7. Amy Wang down by 3. But she takes one back, cutting the lead to 2.
She's going to have to do something a little bit special here against the serve of Lee. Doesn't want her opponent capitalizing off her 2 serves. Wow, a big recovery there. Lee doing a great job of stabilizing herself when the ball hit the net. Took the big shot, but again, as we saw at the beginning of this match, Amy Wang just setting her foundations and playing it right back, and it is 2 points for Amy Wang against the serve of Lee. Crucial points for both players, and as I said, it was really important for Amy Wang to try and do something against those serves.
Amy Wang still taking risks when she was down. That's the type of player I love to watch. She does not stop, doesn't deviate, not playing it safe. She knows she's going right for the finals. But we're tied at crazy 8s right here in game number 6 in this best-of-7 matchup at the 2017 US Open, sponsored by Super Micro. 8-all, Ruini lead to serve.
And a great serve and follow-up there.
It's a big one.
You can see she just adjusted her racket angle at the end. Bit of a no spin variation. popped up by Wang, and Lee not wasting any opportunities. And a costly service error there from Amy Wang. She's going to face 2 game points as Ruini Lee from ICC California pushes toward a final 7th game, and it will go to the 7th game.
We've got some straight up drama, Mr. Hetherington. As I said, Ruini Lee from ICC just staying strong, steady, consistent. Forces a game 7. The entire quarterfinal match comes down to one single game to 11 points.
And it's going to be really interesting. We've seen so many swings and fluctuations in the way that the game's been scored and the way that both Wang and Lee have played against each other to know how this last game's going to play out. Really, anything could happen. We've seen both players. I mean, you can see in the 4th and 5th game, both players are capable of really getting on the front foot and dominating their opponent. So it's really a matter of which player can hit that confidence and that form at the right stage during the match. And Corey Ida with the timeout at 2-0. First 2 points against the serve of Amy Wang. Corey Ida still with a little bit of a smile, very light in dealing with Amy Wang. She's a player who responds well to a more supportive, more nurturing coaching style, and Corey Ida's really built on that throughout this tournament, especially during the Youth Olympic Games qualification. We saw he was very positive and laid back, not too. You can see him smiling there again. Just, you know, doesn't want to put too much pressure on Amy in these situations.
I honestly feel that a player that's having fun, a little bit of fun on the court, is always going to be more dangerous. I can't wait to see what Amy does right now.
And just clips the top edge a little there. Still very focused. And a great combo there. Gets the slightly softer opening off the half long ball.
Amy taking one back, only down by 1. Ruini Lee has forced this game 7, looking to maintain control and keep her lead. Amy to serve.
Just over the end there. Sometimes she has a little bit of trouble with the angle adjustment. Once she gets into those countertop spin rallies, the angle's a little bit too open and she'll send it over the end. More so on the forehand. And there you can see it again. And 5-2, the players will change ends. No help now as both of them have used their timeout.
It's 5 serving 2. Lee to serve. Huge forehand.
Good confidence builder too. Nice time for a third ball attack. And as I said earlier, never knew which of these players would catch the dominance in the game. And a lot of fluctuations back and forth between the players, who's in control. So for that reason, we know that this game could still go right to the end, and it's Amy Wang now. 2 points and 2 great shots to finish. Fighting her way back in here. The winner of this will go on to the semi-final. And Amy Wang.
3 straight points, putting something together, making this game 7 the most interesting of them all. She's got 2 serves, 5 serving 7.
Sends that one over the end. Again, another slightly too open angle to be playing a counter loop. And now it is Ruini Lee in the blue, just 2 points away from making the semi-final of the women's singles here at the 2017 US Open.
And Ruini Lee is on her way to a huge comeback. This is game point. She was down 3 games to 1 just moments ago. Game and match point.
And Amy Wang punching that into the net.
And that is it. An excellent effort from the newcomer and young talent Amy Wang, but a fantastic comeback. Strong, steady, consistent from Ruini Lee, who is moving on to the semifinals, which will take place later today.
Great effort by both players. Ruini Lee, a very superb job there to win 3 games in a row, 11-2, 11-8, 11-5. And Amy Wang gonna have to deal with that loss. Just turned 15 years old, but still a great effort from her in a good tournament.
Champions don't lose, they learn.
I love that quote. So we're gonna switch over in just a few moments here, the 4th women's quarterfinal, and Mark Thompson is gonna be joined up here by Mr. Adam Bobrow, who has just flown in from the World Tour Grand Finals in Kazakhstan. So hang tight. Another entertaining match just coming up.
We'll see you at the pregame show.